Lena, a 16-year-old girl, was left alone in her sprawling old family home. Her parents had departed for a week-long business trip, and her older sister had just been sent away on a sudden errand. The house was eerily quiet, save for the occasional creaks of the wooden floors. The evening started off normal enough, but as night fell, Lena began to notice strange occurrences. At first, it was subtle: a door slightly ajar, whispers she couldn't quite place, and the sound of footsteps echoing through the halls. She dismissed these as figments of her imagination. Then, one night, as she was reading in the living room, she heard the distinct sound of a child's laughter coming from upstairs. Lena froze. Her younger brother had been away at a friend's house, and she knew there was no one else in the house. She decided to investigate, her heart pounding with each step. The laughter grew louder as she ascended the stairs, only to stop abruptly as she reached the top. The hallway was dark, save for a sliver of moonlight spilling through the windows. At the end of the hall, she saw a shadow moving behind one of the doors. Lena's breath hitched as she slowly approached. The door was slightly ajar, and she peered inside, but the room was empty. Just as she turned to leave, she felt a cold hand touch her shoulder. Spinning around, Lena was met with an empty corridor, though the temperature had dropped significantly. Her pulse raced as she hurried downstairs. The house seemed to be closing in on her, the walls growing tighter with every step. Suddenly, the power went out, plunging the house into darkness. Lena fumbled for her phone and turned on its flashlight. She moved cautiously through the darkened rooms, the beam of light flickering. In the kitchen, she found a note on the table that hadn't been there before. It read, "You shouldn't be here." Terrified, Lena grabbed her phone and dashed outside to call her parents. The line was dead, and she noticed the once familiar street now seemed unfamiliar, as if the house had somehow shifted in its place. As Lena tried to make sense of the night, a figure appeared on the edge of her vision, a small, shadowy figure of a child standing in the yard. When she looked directly, it vanished, leaving only the chilling feeling of being watched. The next morning, her parents returned to find Lena, disheveled and pale. The house appeared normal, with no signs of disturbance, but Lena knew something was deeply wrong. As they settled back in, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was no longer alone in the house.